How's it going, fellow traders? Magic Trader here, and this is the CFTC report for data submitted on September 11, 2018. Here's a brief snapshot of the positions held by the institutions. And let's get right into taking a look at gold. When we look at gold, we see that institutions are aggressive with their short, and I made a journal entry on the website that showed how every single time gold was very aggressive with shorts, we saw a move to the upside. So that is potentially what is about to take place. But we have to remember that the coloration of the cells are red, so bearish sentiment still remains, and deeper move over the long term is what we are expecting. With that said, we'll take a look at the other pairs and see what is more likely than not going to happen in the short term, because I think there's a good chance we're going to see this. Okay, and so let's take a look at oil. Oil is doing some consolidating up here, and what we can see is that throughout this whole area, institutions have been reducing their longs from highs of 866 to 652,000. Shorts are still very cooled off, but that's okay, because typically what happens is if the institutions want to get out of a massive position, they will focus on getting out of that massive position before they start really focusing on getting the direction that they want. Okay, so let's take a look at the dollar. Dollar longs are aggressive, dollar shorts are cooled off. Right now, very long biased, net positions in the positive, and price is sitting inside a weak area of demand. And I believe on the new dollar contract, this area is being penetrated really deep. Now, I've been saying that I've been expecting a move down like this, and the COT report does not suggest that that's going to happen, but the technicals do. Still, they are accumulating a long position. That's what's been taking place. And they've been reducing their short exposure. So that's what we have to focus on longer term. Okay, let's take a look at Aussie. So the Aussie pushed down, and as that was happening, the institutions were increasing their longs and also increasing shorts. So the increase in shorts is what helps to get price to drop. But why are they increasing longs? That's the big question. Are they expecting a move up? Well, if the dollar was to drop, then we would expect some bullishness to come into play here. So that's potentially what's about to take place. We know that overall sentiment is bearish, and that's why price has been dropping. And if you take a look here, bearish. And shorts have been aggressive. Right now, total positions are entering into an aggressive state. So, interesting to keep an eye on that. I think there's a good chance we will start to see a move up. And some profit taking on those short positions. So far, we don't see profit taking, but it's too early to tell right now. We go into the US CAD, and what we can see is a tested weekly area of demand has been holding. And as price was rallying up from that weekly area of demand, we see longs being closed out and shorts as well. You're going to start to see the same theme taking place on a lot of the pairs as I go through this. Profit taking on both sides, which leads this to continue to be in neutral. So sentiment is neutral even though net positions are in the positive. Neutral is good because with the expected US dollar weakness, this could drag price further down on the charts. Okay. So here's another one where price dropped towards weekly demand, consolidated right before hitting it, and institutions reduced their longs and they also reduced their shorts. Overall is bullish sentiment and net positions in the positive, so that's a good sign for the bullish strength that is expected in the dollar eventually. And I think there's a good chance that what we're going to start to see here is a reaccumulation of a larger long position. So we'll have to wait and see if that is what is going to take place. Euro US dollar. Here we go. So weekly supply being tested again, in and then in again, very deep, and we can see some profit taking on longs and some profit taking on shorts. So nothing really telling us what they are about to do. We can see that overall 52% to the long side, a slight increase from last week, and a little taste of bearishness back into bullishness. That could be a sign of a move like this. Now, I've been mentioning that profit taking on longs is most likely what's going to take place before a bigger move to the downside. So watching for signs of that over the next coming weeks. Pound US dollar, weekly area of supply in control right now. Price is now dipping deeper into it. And we can see longs are building up momentum. We've had an inclination that was probably what was going to take place, since price is reacting from lower time frame areas of demand, and we're expecting some bullishness to take place here. Over the last couple of weeks, we can also see some profit taking on shorts from the high of 140 down to 127, which is good. Some profit taking after a large move to the downside. So I think we could expect to see something like this over the coming weeks, and the data is suggesting a high probability of that taking place. US dollar, Japanese yen, you see increase in longs, a slight increase in shorts. Longs are aggressive, shorts are not. Coloration of cells, neutral, but slowly you can see the coloration turning a bit bullish. Increase in net positions over the last few weeks from 46 to positive 53,000. Weekly demand holding very well, and we're seeing some bullishness now coming in. And last but not least, slight increase in the Kiwi longs, slight increase in shorts as price was dropping. Like the Aussie, is this increase in longs in preparation for a move? Well, we can see that we are now getting a move to the upside. And that is what is to be expected. If the US dollar is to continue getting weaker, we would expect a move to the upside like this. Bottom line is, bearish sentiment is the main one to focus on here, is the main indicator. Aggressive with shorts. Total positions not that aggressive. We could still get to these highs and even higher. So room for positions to be added to. So watching this one for potential short, but it's got to be higher up on the charts. And I think that's what's going to be taking place over the next couple weeks. All right, ladies and gents, that's your CFTC report for this week. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Our weekend's over. Enjoy the rest of your week, and trade safe out there. Take care.